Uh, Morning. Peace. It's another time, another day. Um, was doing a little, soul searching, looking at different video postings out there of what people teach and so forth like that. And, there's many different teachers out there, um, that's teaching this word from many different philosophies, people that's studying, giving their interpretations of things. So you basically have to, study for yourself to make sure that you're aligned with the truth. You understand? And that's what this is about. Making sure that you're clear about the truth. Because in the end, you can get, caught up. And that's what this is about. This is about studying for yourself. This is not about studying for no one else. Let's go into Timothy and let's see that. So we must study that. We must study to make sure that we are correct in your teachings and your understandings. Therefore, when that judgment comes, you won't be stuck. 2 Timothy 2nd chapter 15 verse. It says, study to show thyself approved unto the Lord. So you're not studying for me. You're not studying for someone else. You're not studying for someone's admiration. Whether you're man or woman, study. Study to show thyself, yourself, approved unto the Lord. Okay, so he's clearly letting you know who you need to study for and who's the only person that counts. A workman or workwoman that need not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Now, the word of truth is the Bible. And there are many different pieces in it. The way that it turns, parables, allegories, hidden meanings and stuff like that. That's why he says you have to study. He also says, but shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. So you have to also know when you're out there and you're listening to all these different teachers, what is profane and vain babblings that will increase unto more ungodliness inside your mind. On a serious note, if you listen to a lot of these cats out here, they don't know what the hell they talking about. A lot of cats is has-beens. A lot of cats was down with different groups and stuff like that. A lot of cats is break-offs. A lot of cats is jump-offs. And people have different spirits to them and on them. Okay, you have to be clear about that. You have to be clear about that what you're learning is of the truth. That's why he says this in John, right? You gotta be clear about what you're learning. 1 John, the 4th chapter, he says, Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of the Lord, because many false prophets are going out into the world. So when you go on Facebook into all these different biblical rooms and chat rooms, and you have all these many different false prophets and different things coming into your mind is like a garden. So if your mind is like a garden and you're allowing a lot of weeds and seeds and all these different things from different teachings to come in there, he says, many false prophets are going out into the world. Hereby know ye the Spirit of the Lord. Every spirit that confesseth that the Savior is in, that is come in the flesh, is of the Lord. So there are many different people that are out here that are not of the Savior, that is not of the Savior, that don't believe. Straight up. There are many different teachers that are out here in these different rooms that are not of the Savior. Even though they say such and such, they're not of the Savior. Listen to it again. 1 John, the 4th chapter. Beloved, believe not every spirit. See that? So the spirit is talking about that the energy that's inside the human body. So I'm a spirit. That's who he's talking about. So everybody has a spirit to them. So he's saying, believe not every spirit, man, but try the spirit, what they're talking about, whether they are of the Lord. Why? Because many false spirits. So he's letting you know that there are many false teachers out here are going out into the world. Many. And these spirits are of Antichrist. Okay? Hereby know ye the Spirit of the Lord. So now he's going to give you one way that you can know if someone is of the Lord. Every spirit that confesseth that the Savior is come in the flesh is of the Lord. Okay? So there's a lot of people out here that don't believe that the Savior has come. They don't. Look what he says. And every spirit that confesseth not that the Christ is come in the flesh is not of the Father. And this is that spirit of Antichrist. So here it is, the scriptures is breaking down. So it's also showing you the mark of the beast, right? How people say that they believe in the word of the Lord, but the word of the Lord is condemning them straight up. The word of the Lord is condemning them right in front of their face, is condemning them. So if you want to know if you're on track with the Bible, if you want to know if you're on track with the Bible, bang. See how the word of the Lord is condemning them? Every spirit that confesseth not that the Savior is come in the flesh is not of the Father. And this is that spirit of Antichrist. So the word anti means opposite and against. So when you're in opposition to the word of the Lord, you are Antichrist. So you can tell these false teachers that are out here in their rooms, in their videos and stuff like that, how they are Antichrist. Whereof you have heard that has been that it should come, and even now already is in the world. So the spirit of Antichrist or false teachers are in the world. So millions of people are Antichrist. Ye are of the Lord, little children, and have overcome them. Because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. Okay? So when people are speaking against the Savior, against the Most High, against the scriptures, in their rooms, in their religious doctrines and so forth like that, in their videos. All you got to do is do a comparison. See what the word is saying. See what the word is saying. But hold on, man. What you're saying is not what the word is saying. What you're saying is not what the word is saying. That's why you must study. So it says, they are of the world. So also, too, you can do a comparison to see if how you think is of the world or if how you think is of the book. Okay? We are of the Lord. He that knoweth the Lord heareth us. He that is not of the Lord heareth not us. So that's also speaking about arguments, debates. Because if someone is of the Lord, right, they're going to hear the Lord's word. They're not going to argue about it. They're not going to try to be combative about it, contentious about it. You understand? That's why it says, we are of the Lord. He that knoweth the Lord heareth us. So when someone hears the word of the Lord and they truly about the Lord, it's going to register with them. He that is not of the Lord's word heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. So there it is. If you're dealing with the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. Now, who is the spirit of truth? The Savior. Let's see that the Savior is the spirit of truth. Let's go in the book of John. Let's go in the Gospel of John. Who is truth? John 14, verse 6. The Savior said unto him, I am the way and the truth. See that? That's who we dealing with. That's who we dealing with. This book is about him. I am the way. The Savior said. So there is no other truths. There is no other truths. There is no other religions. There's no other philosophies. There is no other nations. There is no other groups. There is no other pastors. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. See that? Self-explanatory. That means now that you got to come through the Savior. You have to come through the Savior. You can't go some other way. You can't go some other way. There's one door, and you got to enter through that door. You see that? If you had known me, you should have known my Father also. And from henceforth you know him and have seen him. See that? So you got to know the Savior. When you know the Savior, you know the Father. When you know the Savior, you know the Father. Let's go to the Gospel of John, staying in the Gospel of John, the 10th chapter. Without the Savior, man, we are in trouble. Without the Savior, we are in trouble, deep trouble. John, verily, verily, I say unto you, it's John 10, Gospel 10:1. He that entered not by the door unto the sheepfold. So it says the door. It says the door. Unto the sheepfold. But climb it up some other way, the same as a thief and a robber. So there are many thieves and robbers out here that's not trying to go through the Savior. But let's see that. But he that entered in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep heareth his voice. And he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he go before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And a stranger they will not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. This parable the Savior spake unto them, and they understood not what things that they which were spake unto them. Then said the Savior unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. The Savior says, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep do not hear them. See that? So he's letting you know that there's a lot of thieves and robbers out here. See, he's breaking it down. I'm not breaking it down. He's breaking it down. He says, I am the door. By me. See that? So there's a picture that I have here of the many different lies that are set up. Okay, I think I got it right here. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Let me see if I can get you all this picture that they set themselves up. Okay. Let's look at this lie, right? That they set up. Okay, got it right. See, that's why everything is pictures. Let's try that again. So he says, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep will not hear them. I am the door. By me, if any man enter, he shall be saved. Okay, so it says by him. So what is these people talking about? So here you have what's called an ecumenical gathering, which is philosophical pastors and ministers and preachers from different philosophies and stuff like that coming together. Now let's look at 10 and 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entered not by the door unto the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way. So they are leading people, and now they're trying to tell people to climb up some other way. But wait, the Savior says, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. So what are they talking about? What are they talking about? So here you see Indians, you see Chinese, you see women pastors, you see people of tantric, you see Krishna, you see so many different philosophies in this picture. This is what's called an ecumenical gathering. Okay? You see blacks, you see whites. But look what the Savior says. Look what the Savior says. He that entered not by the door unto the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way. So when you join these concepts, you are climbing up some other way. Now he says, you are a thief and a robber. 7th verse. Then said the Savior unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers. See that? You are a thief and a robber. He says, I am the door. By me, if any man shall enter. So, what is my job to tell you? Make sure you're going the right way, man. Make sure you're going the right way with this. Because what is your goal? What is your goal? This is your goal. Your goal in the Bible should be this. This should be your goal in the Bible, nothing else. This is Matthew 6, verse 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Lord and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. This is not the righteousness of the Lord, man. This is not the righteousness of the Lord. That's why it says, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Lord and his righteousness. And all these things shall be added unto you. So you got to study. Are they correct? Are they correct? But that's why the Savior said this in Matthew 24. In Matthew 24, you got to figure out. Matthew 24, verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. And because iniquity, sin, shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. See that? Let's jump over. 23rd verse, same chapter, 23rd verse. And if any man shall say, lo, here is Christ, or though there believe it not, for there shall rise many false Christs and false prophets that shall show great signs and wonders. See that? So there's many people that are out there now saying that they the Christ, or they teaching this or that, insomuch shall show great signs and wonders, and if it were possible, they would deceive the very elect. So he done told you that he is the truth. He done told you that you got to follow him. He done told you that he's the light. He done told you this. Isaiah 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. See that? And read. No one of these shall fail. And what does it mean, no one of these shall fail? None of the prophecies that are in this book of the Lord's word shall fail. It shall not fail. Isaiah, Jeremiah, what he's written to the prophets and what the prophets wrote to you, it's not going to fail. None shall one have made. There is no book that you can make with the scriptures. None shall one have made. That's what it means. For my mouth it has commanded it. So the Lord's Spirit gathered the records, and then he put the Spirit on the white man to create something called the printing press. When the scriptures was done, different scrolls and stuff like that, they were not bound together in a book form. They were on tablets or scrolls, however, writing was done, or things were put together back then. It was not bound together. So his Spirit has gathered them now in book form. Okay? So you got to understand, you must study. There are false teachers out here, and they sound good. They sound good. Matter of fact, let's deal with that. They sound good. This is Isaiah, the 30th chapter and the 8th verse. He says, now go, write it before them in the table. See that? So this is a table. And note it in a book, that it may be for a time to come, forever and ever. That this, talking about us, is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord. See that? So he's itemizing out our nature, that we lie a lot. So that's why we like false teachers. Which say to the seers, see not, And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. So this is why we like the philosophies. This is why we like the religions. This is why we like all the things that are wrong. And this is what Satan is doing. Satan is in the mix. So he's feeding a lot of different groups out there. Like one group I just checked out, it's called the House of Consciousness by a brother by the name of Sonetta. And this cat is teaching that the Bible is written by the white man and it's a book of confusion and lies and stuff like that. And he's got thousands of black people that follow him. You know, his Afrocentric Egyptology, Horus and Isis and stuff like that. So there's a lot of confusion out here, man. Confusion. You got to figure it out. That's why it deals on two forms, belief and unbelief. Belief and unbelief. Listen to it well. He says, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. So these cats that are out here with their own viewpoints, which is opposite the Savior, right? Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out of the high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly in an instant. See that? So you're going to fall, man. All these different cats that are teaching wrong things, you see they split up. You see they break off. I remember when we first started out, you know, years ago. And then when we began to go left, we broke up. We broke up. It never changes. But what is going to be the end result when this thing goes down? However, the Lord is going to make it go down. For those of you that, you know, listen to false preachers and stuff like that, let's go back up in the book of Matthew and close that out. Make sure that you're on the right way, man. Make sure you're on the right way. Only you can know if you're on the right way. Matthew, the 7th chapter. Twelfth verse. Therefore, all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. This is the law and the prophets. See that? That's a law right there that he just gave you. He just gave you a law. People say, well, the laws is only in Exodus and stuff like that. Nah, there are laws all throughout the entire Bible. You have to know what a law is, what is a command that is given to you. He says, therefore all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you. So if you want something good to be done to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Now, he says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Wait, and there be many that go in thereat. Wait. So I'm not going to curse. So if you believe in Rastafarianism, look what he says, using visuals. Okay? And there be many that go in thereat. So if you're into this coronation and, you know, there's people that believe that this man is a man of God and all this, There be many that look at this man as God. That's why he says, and there be many that go in there at. Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on. He said what? Broad is the way to destruction. He says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Look, and many there be which go in thereat. Right? Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life. So the Savior told you in John 10 that he is the door, right? And narrow is the way which leadeth into life, and few there be that findeth it. Wait, look what he comes back. He says, beware of false prophets. See that? So if you now are into Rastafarianism and Haile Selassie and these cats, you are dealing with false prophets. See that? If you are into the Nation of Islam, or you are in a Muslim and you believe in your imam, you're dealing with false prophets. See that? Beware of false prophets. So this is dealing with Antichrist. You're not dealing with the truth. You're not dealing with the truth. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather thorns, or figs, or thistles? For every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits shall ye know them. Not everyone that said unto me, be closing right here. Not everyone that said unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Are they doing the will of the Father? If they were, why the confusion? Many shall say to me in that day, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name have done many wonderful works? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him upon a wise man which built his house upon a rock. False prophets. The truth. The truth. Study to show yourself approved, man. Study. Peace.